All right, today we are working on my first edition Kangaskhan. Card's not in the best shape overall, centering's good. There is some whitening along the top and in the corners on the back. Looks like a little bit of dirt in the top left. So let's get it out of its case. And let's see what we're working with. So you can really see a lot of the hollow scratching, nothing too deep. There's a few deep scratches you can see sort of in the bottom left. But again, centering looks good, the front looks good. On the edges, they aren't terrible. Back shows a little bit more. But yeah, the hollow doesn't look terrible, just needs to be buffed out. So we're going to clean the entire card and apply some products and see if we can't restore this, make it look a little bit better. All right, like always, let's get the card cleaned up. Make sure we remove any excess dirt or any grime. I'm gonna pay a little bit of attention to this corner. It looked like there was some sort of residue. But we just want to remove anything that's sitting on top of the card before we start to rub into it a little bit more. Yeah, there's a little bit of something in the corner we'll try to get off. And we always do the same on the back. This card probably will not need any flattening or any press or any work like that, just because the card itself is flat and there's not any lifts or dents that we need removed. This card is mainly just surface work. It might not hurt to press, just maybe for this corner a little bit. Looks like it's coming up in this corner as well. We might put it in the press for a little bit once we get it cleaned up, just to make some small improvements. Next, we are going to start working the hollow. And I'm just going to get an even spread across. And then we'll use the corner to really kind of target smaller surface area. Work this product in. If you've never done this before and you're just getting into cleaning and restoring cards, I'd highly encourage you to start on some cards you don't care about, because this is risky. And if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have experience cleaning cards like this, you can definitely make some mistakes. So just be careful, especially with high value cards or cards that you really care about. Just practice and do your research. So you can start to hear that squeak. That means, product is getting rubbed in well, it's getting buffed in. We're no longer working with a thick layer, but we're starting to get into the hollow itself. And you can already see, I can already tell some of the stars are starting to pop out a little bit better. It's just starting to relieve some of the small scratching that was coating the surface of this hollow. All right. So we're gonna wipe it down with a cotton pad first and just get most of the excess off before we come behind it with the microfiber cloth. We're gonna do a second pass, so I'm not too worried about getting it all off, but it just helps to get it off so you can see progress and kind of where you're at. Definitely looks a lot better. Still have some scratching that I'd like to try to get out. So we'll do one more run through before polish, and that's what's really gonna help us get some of these little scratches out. But this sounds obvious, but make sure you're using a clean microfiber when you do this, because if there's anything on that cloth and you go in to put pressure on it, it will 100% scratch the card. Okay. Yeah, this looks really good. There's still some scratches that I can see that are kind of coming through, but overall we've restored the shine. The shine looks really good on the hollow, which, you know, for eye appeal makes it a lot prettier. But next we are going to do a pass with the polish. And this is what's going to make the difference here. So I'm going to just spread out an even coat on the hollow first. And we're really going to target the hollow. Once I feel good about the buff job on the hollow, we're going to coat the rest of the card in the same polish, so we have a nice even finish on the card. And then we are going to wipe it all off. I've had this card for a long time. This was one of my first edition holographic cards. So although it's not in perfect condition, it has some sentimental value to me, and that's something people are forgetting about this hobby. You know, it's not all about getting your cards graded 10s and having the most valuable stuff, but it's about what matters to you and what's important and what cards you like and what cards have some sentimental value. Although we do like to see cards grade well and values jump, you gotta remember why you got into the hobby. All right, we did one more pass through with the polish. And I think we are good to go. Yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This was a pretty simple restoration, but we do have some pretty big challenges coming up. We're also waiting on some cards that are being graded right now, so we are cracking, restoring, resubmitting, talking about profits, losses, the whole 9 yards. So if you're interested in stuff like that, stick around, hit subscribe, because we got some bangers coming. So I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.